Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there. My name's Diamond, and I'm known along the big street as a guy who manages to keep his nose pretty clean and still make a few bucks while I'm doing it. Oh, sure, it gets a little grimy, but you gotta expect that. I'm a shamus, private eye, gumshoe. To the guy who hasn't ever been worried because he tripped over a corpse in his breakfast nook, I'm known as a private detective. And to some guys, I'm known by a lot of other names. Not the kind you would find in a book on manners and social usages. But there are times when you might turn up on your desk calendar under the heading of what I must do today. Who hires me? How do I make a living? Well, maybe this will give you an idea.
Fred, why don't you eat your toast? It's getting cold.
Why don't you stop worrying about the temperature of my breakfast? I'm trying to read the paper.
Did anyone ever tell you how charming it is to have breakfast with you every morning?
Yeah, my ulcers.
I'd like to go shopping today. Will you leave me some money? Fred, did you hear me?
Mary, I'm reading.
Well, stop reading and listen to me for a minute. I need some new summer clothes, and I want to go shopping today.
Here. Here's $10. Buy yourself a bathing suit.
Oh, that's very funny.
I
need more than $10. I want $500.
What kind of a bathing suit are you going to buy, Mink?
I'm not going to buy a bathing suit. I need some new clothes. Will you put down that paper and listen to me?
Well, I see you made Jimmy Cello's column again, my darling.
What?
What prominent socialite is fighting with her wealthy husband and crying on the shoulder of a big-time playboy after the arguments?
That's supposed to be me?
Can you remember 5 minutes in the past 5 years when we haven't been fighting?
Are you accusing me of running around with some playboy?
Running around is right. I expect one of you to be the first to do a 4-minute mile.
How dare you?
How dare me? Why, you lushed-up little tramp.
Tramp?
Yeah, tramp. Everybody in town knows you're seeing Lorne Oliver.
All right, so I've been seeing him. We're just friends.
Well, that kind of friendship is grounds for divorce in this state.
Why, you dirty...
I'm sick of this whole rotten mess, and I'm going to do something about it.
You're going to do something about it? Why, you conceited, pompous... You're going to do something, are you? Well, you better hurry up, because I've got some ideas of my own.
Yeah?
Lorne.
Yeah, you married?
I got to talk to you.
What time is
10
it?
o'clock.
Well, it's still the middle of the night. Call me back
This
later.
can't wait. Fred found an item about us in Jimmy Cello's column this morning. He stormed out of here like he was going to kill somebody.
Well, you're just the gal who can recognize the symptoms.
Well, that's a nasty line.
What do you want at 10 in the morning, Longfellow? Look, honey, I'll take care of Cello, and if that husband of yours gets out of line, I'll take care of him, too.
You see what I mean? If things like that didn't happen, I'd be out of business. I'll lay you 8 to 5 that before 3 o'clock this afternoon, one of those charming people will be walking into my office begging for help. Yeah?
Rick?
Oh, hello, Helen, baby.
Hi. You gonna take me out tonight?
Sure. I'll be over later. We'll have a quiet evening.
No, I want to go dancing tonight. If you don't take me, I'll throw a tantrum.
But, baby, I don't have the cash. I'm tapped this week.
Well, if you won't let me take you, borrow it from Francis. You told me yourself he was good in a pinch.
Yeah, but he's already black and blue from those 3 lunches at Lindy's. Besides, he's not only your butler, but he's a darn good businessman. He wants security.
Well, give it to him.
He's already got my badge, my book on the 10 best ways to sneak through transoms, complete with illustrations, and my gun.
Haven't you got something else?
Yeah, but I'm saving the right eye in case of an emergency. Keyholes, you know. Look, honey, let's go take in a quiet movie and...
I want to get dressed up and go to a nightclub. It's summer. The flowers are blooming and the fox has left his lair.
Is what?
I've been hibernating all winter, and I want to get out into some nice, smoke-filled dance floor.
Why, Helen.
Why, Helen, nothing. Please, Rick.
Hold it. Someone's knocking at my chamber door. Come in.
Mr. Diamond?
Yeah, pull up a chair. I'll be right with you.
Who is it?
I'm afraid to look. I haven't paid the light bill.
This is the detective agency, isn't it?
You, sir, have just won yourself a new economy home-size murder sampler, complete with a matching set of bodies.
Me?
No.
I haven't got time to listen to your bright remarks, Diamond. I want to hire you.
What did he say?
He doesn't like my bright remarks. You won't even admit they're bright.
What else?
No, something about wanting to,
Something about what?
what was that last statement, sir? It sounded rather cozy.
I said I wanted to hire you.
What?
I'll call you later, baby. Bye.
Wait a minute.
Now, Mr.
Sears,
Mr. Sears, what can I do for you?
I want you to follow my wife.
Will I like the view?
She's running around with another man.
Well, if they're just running around, don't worry about it. It's when they get tired and slow down that things start to pop.
There was a veiled article in Jimmy Cello's column this morning about my wife and this man.
Yeah, I know Cello.
So do I, but I'm not interested in Cello at the moment.
Well, what do you want? Enough on your wife so you can get a divorce?
Yes.
Oh, well, that comes kind of high. I don't like cases like this, and I usually turn them down. If you want me to swallow my pride, it'll take a $200 retainer and $100 a day in expenses.
I'll write you a check.
Oh, just like that, huh?
I am quite wealthy. That's why I want the divorce, Mr. Diamond. There you are.
Yes, sir. There I am. Now, what's the man's name that your wife is seeing?
His name is Lorne Oliver.
Well, this is turning into a family gathering.
You know him?
Sure, runs the Monarch Club.
That's right.
What's your wife's name, and we're going to get a look at her?
Mary Sears. You can see her tonight at the Stork. We'll be there for dinner, 9 o'clock.
I'll be there. Oh, incidentally, that comes under the heading of expenses, in case you have a short memory.
I have a good memory, Mr. Diamond. You can send me the bill.
Oh, address and phone number?
45 East 65th Street.
45 East 65.
Evergreen 41793.
41793.
Now I've got to be going. Goodbye, Mr. Diamond.
Goodbye, Mr. Sears. Yeah?
What'd you hang up on me for?
Honey, this is because you always give me an argument. You never want to go anywhere. I'm getting tired of shows and hot dogs. I want to go dancing.
What?
And I don't mean Roseland. I want to go to the Stork. I'm a growing boy, and I like to see the bright lights and throw my money around.
But, Rick, you
I'll pick you up at 8:30, and this time, don't wear slacks.
You're an idiot.
Bye, idiot. Yes, that's the way it goes, just as I told you. The word private in front of detective means you're married to all the troubles in the world, and that includes everything. So if a guy turns up who's unhappy with his wife, you listen to him howl, and if he's got enough money, you take the job. It's for better or for worse. And until Mr. Sears came in, it was decidedly one-sided. I'd teach cooking to a bunch of headhunters for a fee like the one he'd given me. When I looked at his $200 check, I started getting that big man complex again. So I closed the office and went back to my flat. We'd probably be up late, and Helen always had some extracurricular activities after we'd get back to her place. You know, roasting marshmallows, fast game of canasta, or an exciting round of Emmys on the living room rug. Anyway, I always got home pretty late in the a.m., so I spent the rest of the afternoon taking a nap. At 6 o'clock, I got up and dressed, and at 8:30, I picked up Helen. Wow. And at 9 o'clock, we were sitting at the Stork Club bar, right on schedule.
Rick, when are you going to ask for a table?
Well, honey, the drinks come faster here.
But I want to dance.
Oh, now. Mustn't overdo it, lover. How do you know? Maybe some mountain climber will ask you on a 20-mile hike tomorrow. Think of your feet.
I am. And I want to move them around that dance floor. Oh, Rick, I know you. If you do something, you do it all the way.
Yeah, let's nick.
Oh, now you stop that. You're on a job, and you don't want to go in there because you've got to watch somebody.
Well, Helen Asher, how are you, darling?
Well, hello, Lauren. How have you been?
Oh, couldn't be better. Why don't you ever stop over to my club? I'd like to show you around.
She just brought a seeing eye dog.
Oh, hello, Diamond.
You two know each other, don't you?
Yes. How did we make such a grisly mistake, Oliver?
I don't know. I tried taking penicillin for it, but it didn't do much good.
Well, it probably helped out in the other things. Why don't you try hanging yourself?
Rick.
You always did think you were a pretty funny man, didn't you, Diamond?
It's easy being a comic. You just find an idiot for an audience. How do you like the performance?
Stinks. Pardon me, Helen, but I see some people I know. You'll excuse me, won't you, Diamond?
Oh, sure, yes. But the next time you drop around, bring some airwick, huh?
Rick, even if you don't like him, you shouldn't say those things. It's liable to start a fight.
Oh, he wouldn't take a swing at a midget if he was riding an elephant.
Wonder who his friends are. They don't seem to be too glad to see him.
The name's Sears.
Is that who you're watching?
Yeah, the wife.
I don't know whether I approve or not. She's very attractive.
Isn't she, though?
Rick.
This is business, baby. Business. I'm only drooling because I haven't had anything to eat since this morning.
Well, then let's get a table. You've seen her. You've observed what she's doing. Now let's get something to eat.
Wait a minute. Here comes somebody else I know.
Where?
Standing at the check room.
The little man?
Yeah, here he comes.
Who is he?
Name's Cello,
Oh.
Jimmy Cello. Writes a gossip column.
I read it all the time.
Yeah? Hello, Jimmy.
Well, a Broadway shamus. Who's the lovely redhead, Diamond?
Helen, meet James Cello, but be careful what you say. Jimmy, Helen Asher.
Hello, Mr. Cello.
How do you do? Is this an item, Rick?
If I don't get us a table soon, she's going to make me give back her sorority pin.
Oh, speaking of tables, I see some people I know. Nice meeting you, Miss Asher.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Diamond.
Bye, Jimmy.
Rick, he's going over to Sears' table.
Hello, Walter. Hi, doll. Hi. Well, good evening.
What do you want, Cello?
Oh, I just dropped by to see how the happy little family was getting along.
Well, just drop away. Nobody asked you to stop by.
Yeah, why don't you do that? And take Oliver here with you. Nobody asked him to stop by either.
Fred, keep your voice down.
This is my table, and I don't like a lot of crumbs lying all over it.
Who's a crumb?
Come on, Lorne. I guess Mr. Sears has forgotten a few things.
I haven't forgotten a thing, Cello. When you print one thing in that lying sheet of yours, and I'll have you sued for libel.
Listen, Sears, if I did print anything, they'd put you away so far they'd have to pipe air into you.
Oh, do go on, Mr. Cello. This is getting interesting.
You'd better get out of here, Cello.
No. Go on, Cello. What have you got on old Moneybag?
He's a lying, dirty gossip monger. He doesn't have a thing.
Wait a minute. I don't like that. Why don't you ask your husband about North Africa sometime, Mrs. Sears?
Just a minute.
Stop it!
All right, now pick yourself up and get out of here, Cello.
Maybe you're right. I've got a column to get out. It'll be all about you, Sears, in big type.
Go on, get out.
How about me? You gonna throw me out, too?
You can bet your life I am.
I'm getting out of here.
You stay right where you are.
Don't talk that way to Mary.
I'll talk any way I like to my wife.
Lorne, maybe you'd better leave. Here come the waiters.
Now it's I'm gonna push his fat slob's face in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, break it up. Come on. Hey, waiter, give me a hand. Take your hands off me, Diamond.
Now, calm down, Mr. Sears.
I'll kill that slob.
Oliver, you shut up or I'll pull your pants up over your head and shove you in a glass like a breadstick.
I don't like people meddling in my affairs, Diamond. You're fired.
I'm what?
You heard me. Now take your filthy hands off me.
Well, they were lily white before I palmed that check of yours this morning. You can have it back. Here, eat it.
What? I'll have you in jail for this, Diamond.
Why? It isn't every day you get to eat a $200 check.
Oh, Rick, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby, but that's what happens when you go to work for a hyena like Sears. You think he's a nice guy because he laughs so much. But you find out later it's only because he chewed your leg off. We left Sears still spitting out pieces of the check I'd shoved down his throat and headed for Helen's apartment. I was sore. When I get hot under the collar, I don't make for good company. So I dropped her off with a kiss and went back to my flat and climbed in the sack. I smoked a dozen cigarettes before I got to sleep. And when I finally did, it must have been with a big smile on my face. All night I kept dreaming that Lorne Oliver and Fred Sears were beating themselves to death with hot paper sacks. Yeah.
Diamond,
No, this is Sunshine Market. Locks Popovers our specialty.
now you stop clowning and get over here right away.
Walt?
Lieutenant Levinson,
Oh. Where are you?
I'm in your office.
Yeah? What if any clients come in? Give them a good sales talk. Tell them how many people you've killed or something.
There's a guy in your office now.
Prospect?
Depends on what you're talking about. I think his name is Fred Sears.
Tell him to go home. He canned me last night.
I don't think he'll listen.
All right. So he's sore.
He's got a right to be. He's dead.
Stop acting like an idiot, Walt. You know I didn't have anything to do with it.
I know you didn't, but we find the stiff in your office, and we get a report that he fired you last night, that you had a fight with him. I got to tell the commissioner something, Rick.
Tell him Sergeant Otis is teething.
Now, you stop that.
No, what do you know about the killing?
The coroner just left. He said that Sears had been dead about 8 hours. The cleaning woman found him at 9 this morning and called us.
That puts the time of the murder around 1 a.m.
We found this clenched in the dead man's hand.
What is it?
An article torn out of the morning papers. Here, read it.
Jimmy Cello's column.
Read it.
All right, I will. Don't yell at me. Fred Sears, wealthy import-export man, is having troubles. He's finding it hard to explain about his past doings in North Africa, and at the same time, he's finding it just as hard to explain his wife's interest in the local Playboy, nightclub owner Lauren Oliver.
Yeah.
He got so mad at the Stork Club... Oh, I was there. He got so mad at the Stork Club last night that he took a poke at your columnist and then tried to beat up Lauren Oliver. Will this lead to a rematch between Oliver and Sears?
We're having a whole bunch of them picked up.
Walt, before you do that, give me a couple of hours, will you? Try to dig up your killer.
I can't. You know what we've got to do. It's routine.
Well, the commissioner's already having fits every time he hears my name.
Now, look, Rick.
Walt, I got a business to protect. And if he finds out the stiff was killed in my office, he'll probably haul in my license.
Yeah. 1 hour, Rick. That's all I can give you. I got a job, too.
Thanks, Walt.
I suppose you've got an alibi for 1 o'clock?
Call Helen. We were toasting marshmallows. Well, I had 3 good suspects. Lauren Oliver, Cello, the columnist, and Mrs. Sears. One of the 3 was built just right for the electric chair. An hour isn't much time to dig up a killer, so I grabbed a cab and headed for Lauren Oliver's office in the back of his club.
Yeah, come in.
How are you, Oliver?
Oh, what do you want, Diamond? I'm particular about who comes into my club.
Oh, I'm surprised you can operate with that kind of policy. People probably see you in here every night.
I think I'll have you thrown out.
Where were you at 1 o'clock this morning?
None of your business. Herman,
Yeah, boss.
come in here and show a guy out of my office.
Oh, we get rough, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you tell the cops who knocked off Fred Sears.
This the guy, boss?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Did you say someone knocked off Fred Sears?
That's right, but don't start crying about it. It makes me feel so helpless.
I'll tell my story to the cops.
They'll get a lot tougher than I will.
You won't get tough at all, Mac.
Oh, stop flexing, Herman. You'll snap your girdle.
Well, I guess it doesn't make much difference as long as Sears is dead. I was with his wife from about 12 o'clock to well, it was a long time after 1.
Well, where were you all that time?
At my place. Now, take a walk, Shamus. You got my alibi.
One more question. Did you go out at all?
Yeah, I went out and got the late papers. So what? I like to read.
Okay. You don't mind if I stop by and see Mrs. Sears, do you?
No, go ahead.
I'll see you later. Oh, Herman.
Yeah?
You can let the air out now. Your muscles are lovely. Well, Oliver had a good story if it checked, so that left me with 2 more stops. Cello's newspaper office was the closest, so I grabbed another cab, and 10 minutes later, I was sitting at his desk.
Oh, you don't think I had anything to do with it, do you, Diamond?
Where were you at 1 this morning?
I was covering a party at Richard Gray's. I was with friends from about 11 o'clock till after 3. You can check. Go on, check.
Look, Poison Pin, Sears had your column from the late edition clenched in his hand.
He did, huh? Well, you don't think if I was going to kill a man, I'd leave anything like that around?
I don't know.
Well, obviously, someone is trying to make it look like I did it. Have you talked with Oliver and Sears' wife?
Oliver's got an alibi, and I'm headed for Mrs. Sears' place right now. You know the address?
Yes. 45 East 65th. But Mrs. Sears couldn't kill her husband. I know her too well.
No? Well, thanks, Cello. I'll check your alibi. If it stands up, then I'll have to really go to work on Mrs. Sears.
Yes?
Mrs. Sears?
Yes.
Oh, you look even better up close.
What's on your mind?
You mean right this minute?
Well, aren't you nice? Don't crowd me, though. I can keep up a pretty good average in this league.
I'd say about 1,000. May I come in?
I think so, if you keep talking. I like to hear nice things.
Well, you deserve them. But I can think of some nice things to say about a panther.
We'll talk about my family some other time. Can I buy you a drink?
It's a little early, unless you got some milk.
Milk?
Where's your husband?
Oh, you know about him, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It looked as though it might work into quite a friendship.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since last night. Why? Is he a friend of yours?
He's been using my office.
Oh?
Yeah, he died there last night.
What?
Everybody is so surprised.
But, how? Who did it?
That's what I'm trying to find out, lover. Where were you at 1 a.m.?
That's none of your business.
Okay, let the law drag it out of you. Goodbye, dear.
Wait a minute. All right, I'll tell you. I was with a man named Oliver, Lauren Oliver.
Oh, for how long?
From about 12 o'clock to, well, much later.
That's what Oliver says. Did you go out at all?
Just to get the papers.
That checks with Oliver's story, too. Did you go out alone?
Why, no, I went with Lauren.
He says he went out alone.
Oh, well, yes, he did.
I thought you said you went out with him.
Well, that was later. Lauren was the one that went out to get the papers.
Okay, what time is it?
About 2.
When you both went out or when Lauren went out to get the papers by himself?
When Lauren went out.
Oh, yes. Now I see. Well, I'll see you later.
Come back again.
Oh, I'll do that after you get over crying for your late husband.
I'll keep my emotions down to a minimum.
I'll bet you will. I left her standing in the middle of the room, looking after me like a vegetarian with an eye on a green salad. I closed the door and started down the hall for the elevators. For some reason, I never seem to get where I'm going.
Hello. While you're still tuned in, Diamond, I'll give us some advice. Stay away from Mrs. Sears. Now I want you to be sure and get the point.
Rick, come on, snap out of it.
I'll go away.
Come on, you don't look so good.
It matches the way I feel. Oh, here's a new line. Where am I, Walt?
In Mrs. Sears' apartment.
Hello, handsome.
She heard the scuffle in the hall, came out, found you, and called me.
Swell.
Who did it?
I didn't see him, but his voice sounded like a thug that Lauren Oliver keeps around, a patty cake with.
Oh, that was probably Herman. Lauren is so jealous.
Well, your hour is up, and now I'm going to haul them all in, including this Herman.
Oh, do you know Herman, Walt?
Sure, Herman Sharp. Got a record a mile long.
Walt, if a guy wanted to hire a killer, where would he go?
You know all the stoolies as well as I do.
Yeah. Mrs. Sears, what was the fight about last night at the Stork?
Oh, a columnist named Cello threatened my husband that he was going to print something in his paper. He said something about North Africa, and Fred hit him.
North Africa? This is really getting mixed up. Was your husband ever in North Africa?
Yes, during the war. He was a captain in the Army.
Walt, can you get me this Herman Sharp's address? He's the boy I want.
Sure, but I'm coming along.
Have your boys pick up Cello, Oliver, and take them both down to the station along with Mrs. Sears here.
Well, you don't think I had anything to do with it, do you?
I've known Jimmy Cello a long time. About 5 years ago, he used to run around with a little dancer named Mary Carroll.
Sure he did. I married Carol, but I broke up with him when I met Fred.
Yeah. Well, you'll see him at the station. You can pick up where you left off. Come on, Walt. We went down fast and climbed into the prowl car. Walt put in the call and got Herman's address over the two-way radio. 20 minutes later, we were standing in front of Herman's door. It was an old apartment house on the Lower East Side. I started for the door, but Walt had other ideas.
Rick, we can't go in there.
Why not?
Because I haven't got a search warrant.
Well, you got to go in if you want to crack this case.
Not without a search warrant.
Search warrant for what?
To go in.
What do you want to go in for?
I don't want to go in. You do.
Do what?
Go in.
Well, go ahead.
I haven't got a warrant.
What are you looking for?
Herman Sharp.
He's probably in there.
He is?
Sure.
Well, what are we waiting for? Oh, what did I do that for?
For that.
What?
Herman Sharp.
Oh.
Is he dead?
Yeah, been shot. What are you looking at?
Newspaper on the floor. This morning. Oh. Cello's column's missing. Been torn out.
Then Herman's your killer.
Swell. Who killed Herman?
Don't you know?
I'm going to start that again. Walt, go on back to the station. I'm going to check something and make a phone call. I'll be down in half an hour and point out your killer.
Come on, don't just stand there. Do something.
Now, calm down, everybody.
This is ridiculous. I want my lawyer.
You'll get one later.
Relax, Oliver. They can't hold us much longer. How do you feel, Mary?
I don't like this any more than you do.
Well, good afternoon. And happy Father's Day.
Rick, where the devil have you been?
Made a phone call to Washington, Walt. Mrs. Sears, did you know that your husband had a dishonorable discharge from the Army?
Why, no.
You knew it, didn't you, Cello?
That's right, but I kept it quiet. He got us to running a black market.
What's this got to do with the death of Sears?
Oliver, you told me you went out to get the papers last night.
That's right.
What time was it?
A little after 2. You know what time the late edition comes
How
out.
about you, Mrs. Sears?
What Lorne says is correct.
How about it, Lauren? Were you the one to go out and get the papers?
Yes.
Then, Mrs. Sears, why did you tell me this afternoon that you also went out to get the papers?
Well,
Mary, don't say anymore.
You don't have to. The stories don't check, so you couldn't have been together last night.
Look, Diamond, what is this got
Oh, now you look, Oliver. You're both liars. But that doesn't make either one of you the killer.
Oh, but Rick, Cello's alibi checks right down the line.
Sure it does, because he was at that party. But the killer wasn't.
Oh, we know that. He couldn't have been.
Yeah, but the man who hired the killer to knock off Sears was.
What are you talking about, Diamond?
Oliver, where was your hired gun if last night?
You mean Herman?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He was with me until 6 o'clock, then he left.
Walt, when you find Herman's gun, ballistics will probably say that it was the one that did the job on Sears.
Herman?
Yeah. Cello, You hired Herman to kill Sears, and then you killed Herman.
You're out of your mind. I didn't even know this Herman.
We found the newspaper next to Herman's body. It had your column torn out of it.
That doesn't pin anything on me. It just shows you that Herman probably stuck that article in Sears' hand after tearing it out of a newspaper.
That's what you wanted to make it look like. You knew Herman. You knew about the clipping, so you killed him and tore the column out of this morning's newspaper.
Of course I knew about the clipping. You told me about it this morning in my office.
That's right. But you were the only one I told about it.
You couldn't convict Jack the Ripper on that kind of evidence.
I'm afraid he's right, Rick.
Jello, what time does the late edition come out?
About 2 o'clock.
Walt, what time was Sears killed?
Around 1.
Say.
Yeah. The killer couldn't have gotten hold of that column at 1 o'clock. The papers weren't even out on the street.
Well, then how did he do it?
Only one man could have gotten that column before 1 a.m., the man who wrote it.
Jimmy.
He tore it out of the galley sheets. The proofs that are made up before the paper goes to press. Cello hired Herman, gave him the clippings, and then went to the party.
Oh, you're doing great, Diamond. Keep it up.
You're still in love with Mary Sears. You were jealous of Oliver, so you hired Oliver's boy Herman, figuring the cops would pin Sears' murder on Oliver. How am I doing?
You're a good liar and a rotten detective.
You knew I'd go to see Mary Sears, so you sent Herman to beat me up and make it look like Oliver was behind it. You tried to frame Oliver all along the line.
Boy, you cheap little scandal snooper. I'll fix it so you don't
wait
blame anybody.
Wait a minute.
All right, break it up. Come on, break it down. Break it up.
Hey, Walt.
What is it, Rick?
Bye.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Diamond.
Evening, Francis. Miss Asherin?
Yes, sir, she's in the library. She's a little tired from last night. I think she's taking a nap.
Well, I'll walk on my tippy toes. How about a glass of warm milk, Francis? I'm a little tired, too.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Well, look at the little baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, has the dreamland. Poor little tired baby. The evening breeze caressed the trees tenderly.
Oh, Rick.
The trembling trees embrace the breeze tenderly. Hello, baby.
Don't stop.
All right. Close your pretty eyes. Then you and I came wandering by.
Oh, wonderful.
And lost in our sight were we.
Ricky.
The shore was kissed by sea and mist tenderly.
Ricky.
I can't forget how two hearts met breathlessly.
Ricky, come here.
Your arms opened wide and closed me inside.
Ricky, come here.
What is it, dear?
Just this.
Here's your milk, mister. Oh, my goodness. Now, this time I refuse to blush.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Hy Averback, Joan Banks, Parley Bear, and Sidney Miller. Music was under the direction of David Baskerville. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by William P. Rousseau. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company. Broadcasting Company presents Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Diamond, this is Walt. Where the devil are you?
Where I started out to be, down on River Street, looking for
Well,
the
you
guy.
stay right there and wait for me. But you might as well stop looking.
Why stop looking?
Take my word for it, he's not there.
Well, if you're so smart, where is he?
The city morgue. We fished him out of the river 10 minutes ago.
Here's another exciting case from the files of Richard Diamond, private detective, starring Dick Powell.
Diamond Detective Agency, first over the bars.
That's nice.
Oh, hello, Helen, baby.
Busy?
No, why?
I'm lonesome. Can't you come over?
Honey, I'd love to, but you can never tell when...
Mr. Diamond?
Oh, see what I mean?
Or customer?
Well, let's see. What can I do for you?
I want to hire you.
Helen, the man wants to hire me.
Oh, good. I'll call you back. Bye.
Bye. Now, Mr.
Wellington, Mr. Diamond. Casper Wellington.
Oh, well, pull up a couch and tell me the details, Mr. Wellington.
I need a bodyguard, Mr. Diamond.
Why?
Oh, it's not for myself. It's for Timothy.
Well, why does Timothy need a bodyguard?
Someone's trying to kill him.
Oh, you've been to the police?
Oh, yes, but they feel it's not quite important enough for them.
You mean this Timothy's life is in danger and the police won't handle it?
Yes. Isn't it ridiculous?
I don't know. Has anybody tried to kill Timothy before?
Well, no one has exactly tried to kill him, but I very definitely expect an attempt.
Right, now, look, this Timothy, is he a friend of yours?
Oh, yes. A very good friend.
So what makes you think that someone is going to try to kill him?
Mr. Diamond, I came here to hire you to protect Timothy. I'm perfectly willing to pay you your fee, but for the moment, the rest of your questions must go unanswered.
Well, my fee's $100 a day in expenses, Mr. Wellington. Still perfectly willing to pay it?
Here's the cash.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be another 100 if you protect Timothy long enough for me to get him on a train tomorrow.
Where's he going?
Out of town, where he can be safe.
What's Timothy's last name?
That will also have to go unanswered.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. Supposing I do take the job, where do I meet this Timothy? How will I know him?
If you take the job, he'll be in your office in a matter of minutes.
Well, something sure doesn't ring up right, but the 200 fish in expenses, I'd play footsies with a cobra.
Good. Now, I'm going down to the train station to pick up Timothy's ticket. When he arrives, I expect you to remain with him constantly.
Until tomorrow? Oh, I got a small apartment. I hate to bundle.
Don't let him out of your sight for a moment. I want him alive and well when he gets on that train in the morning.
Does he play Parcheesi?
Well, I doubt it, but you never can tell. He might like it.
Dandy.
Have him at Grand Central at 8 o'clock. I'll meet you.
Do you know of any way I could possibly learn to hate money?
If I did, I would never have come to you. Good day, Mr. Diamond.
Atlantic Bone and Fertilizer.
Oh, that's a pip.
Just wondering how a new business would work out.
Now what's wrong?
I have a very unhealthy feeling that I've just let myself in for something I won't like.
Oh, the client?
Well, kind of. I've got a guard, a friend of his.
What's the matter with that?
Oh, I'm not going all through that again. The client just came on like Secret Service. I got the name of the guy he wants guarded, and I know that someone's going to try and kill him. And that's it.
Rick, you be careful.
Honey, the client shoved $200 in my rural hot hand.
Oh, good.
What do you want me to do? I'm trying for capitalist this year.
Didn't your client go to the police first?
Sure. He went to the police, but then...
Hey, you.
Me?
What?
Yeah, you.
Rick, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Put down the phone, friend. We want to talk to you.
Well, if you're listening, why don't you answer my question? If your client went to the police...
That's better.
Well, now, I'm a sport, especially when someone's got a gun pointed at me.
Oh, the gun ain't gonna hurt you, chum, if you answer a couple of questions. Where's Casper Wellington?
Who?
You gonna be difficult?
Look, you got a gun on me. Who wants to be difficult?
You don't know Casper Wellington, friend?
Never heard of him.
We seen him come into the building.
Oh, so you figured he came to see me. It's such a small building, only about 100 offices.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Glad you liked it.
No, but we didn't. You're the only private detective in the building. We figured maybe Casper wanted to hire you.
What would he want to hire me for? What did this guy do?
How do you like that, George? Now he's a nosy comic.
Durante gets away with it.
Friend, I have just decided your humor bores me.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, ain't it, Tony?
Suppose we push his face around, huh? Maybe he don't feel like no more Joe.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't know anything about this Casper or whatever his name is. What good's it going to do to work me over?
Well, now, you see, Honey and me got real nasty dispositions. We've been crossed, and then you make with the jokes. We don't like being the only ones unhappy, so we think maybe you ought to join us. Now,
hold it a second, Judge.
what for? It's a setup.
No, wait. We mess him up, the law comes. We gotta find Casper. We ain't got no time to play patty cake with the cops.
I just want to cross the mouth.
Forget it. Look, friend, you sure Casper Wellington didn't come in here?
I couldn't be more positive.
Okay. Put down the rod, George. That don't look so unhappy. Maybe the shamus is lying. We catch him telling a fib. Just think of the fun you can have later on, huh? Come on.
Believer?
Yeah. So long, friend. And for your sake, I hope you've been leveling.
Yeah. See you around.
Yeah, bye. This is Fool's Fancy Shop
Now, you listen to me, Richard Diamond. The next time you hang up on me,
But
I'll never speak to you again.
But,
And you better have a pretty good excuse for doing it this time.
But,
you know I take a lot of things from you, Rick, but never once have you hung up on me.
Helen, please.
And I think it was rude and inconsiderate.
Helen.
And I want to know right now, this minute, just what kind of a poor, lame brain excuse you're going to come up with.
Helen!
Well?
No. Look, baby, I don't know what's going on. This is like doing business in a roundhouse. The only reason I hung up on you was because two guys strolled in here and shoved guns in my face.
Rick.
And they were looking for the guy who came in earlier and hired me to look after someone named Timothy that I haven't even seen yet.
It sounds awfully confusing.
It is. Oh, hold the phone. Here's somebody else. Come in with your hands up.
You Richard Diamond?
Yep.
Got a crate there addressed to you.
Oh, that figures. Bring it in. Helen.
Yes.
You sent me maybe a present?
No. You want me to?
Yeah, but someone's beating you to it.
Where do you want it?
Good grief. Put it down right there.
What's the matter?
The present. The biggest crate you ever saw.
Crate. What's in it?
How do I know?
Well, open it.
Okay, Mr. Diamond, stand right here.
Yeah. There you are.
I hope you still be very happy.
Ellen,
Yes.
hold the phone. I'm going to open this thing.
All right.
Oh, no. Oh, get away. Get away. Now, get on. Get on. Don't come up here. Don't. Oh, Helen.
Rick, what in the world's the matter?
Helen, if this is your idea of a joke.
Please calm down and tell me what's wrong.
What, can't you hear it?
Well, I heard something, but I thought you must have eaten your lunch too fast.
Well, I'm standing on my desk trying to fight off a monster.
What?
Call up Charles Adams right away.
A monster.
Yes. I'd swear it was a seal, but I know my friend's better than that. This thing has got to be poisonous.
A seal.
Yes, a seal. Hey, he's not so bad. He's applauding. You must have liked that remark about Adams.
Now you stop it. Do you expect me to believe all this?
She doubts you, fella. Say a few words.
Rick, who in the world would send you a seal?
I don't even need to look. This has got to be Timothy. Oh, it is Timothy. When he heard his name, he made like a curtain call.
Sounds like one Richard Diamond.
Hey, that's pretty... nothing. I'll call you back.
Where are you going?
I'm going to take Timothy right back to Mr. Casper Wellington and tell him that...
Yes?
Oh, for the love of... I don't know where to find Mr. Casper Wellington. Well, there it was. It was pretty silly. The smart, shrewd, level-headed Richard Diamond, for the sake of a couple of $100 fast bucks, winds up playing nursemaid and companion to a honking seal. Just to make sure it was Timothy, I took a look at the crate, and there on top was a small printed card. It read, "This is Timothy. If you want him to do something, throw him a fish. Herring. Signed, Casper Wellington." Well, that tore it. My temper was already pushing my hair up to attention, so I went out to the nearest delicatessen and came back with a bag of fish. With this, I lured Timothy out of the building and down on the street. I had to find Casper Wellington, so 60 pedestrians and one unhappy cabbie later, Timothy and I strolled casually into the 5th Precinct Police Station. Well, hello, Sergeant Otis.
Oh, how are you, Shamus? Huh?
Huh, what?
What'd you just say?
I said, hello, Sergeant Otis.
No, after that. Yeah, that was it.
Something wrong, Sergeant? Otis, say hello to Timothy. Timothy, this is Sergeant Otis.
Lieutenant!
Go on over and kiss the Sergeant, Timothy. Go on.
Oh, no. Get him away from me. Get him away.
Oh, Otis, he's not so bad.
Lieutenant! Help!
Now, Otis, come down off that desk. You look sillier than I did.
He's trying to eat me.
Oh, be quiet. You too, Timothy. You'll wake up the lieutenant. Here's a fish. Throw it to Timothy.
And that's for you, Diamond. You'll probably take my arm along with it. Get away. Help! What the devil is going on out here? Otis, what are you doing up there?
Hello, Walt.
What are you doing to my sergeant? And you shut up, Otis. That wasn't me. What do you mean it wasn't you? Of course it was you.
Walt, meet Timothy.
How do you...
I didn't think what would happen if someone wandered in here with a walrus. Come on, Timothy. Let's go see the brave old head of homicide.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Oh, relax, Otis. Timothy's as scared as you are.
Oh, yeah? What makes you say that?
He's probably thinking there's more like you. That would be a horrible shock to anyone, even a SEAL.
Oh.
Come on, Timothy.
Hey, you get that thing out of here right now, Diamond.
Everybody's standing on something. You'd think it was a steam bath.
Up till now, I've had 2 reported homicides and a couple of fat robberies. And if you think you're going to wander in here with that thing and confuse the whole department, you're mistaken. Now get it out of here.
Oh, Walt, it's only a seal. Have a fish.
I'm not hungry.
No, Walt, it's for Timothy. Feed it to him. He'll love you.
Yeah? Do you think so?
Sure, Walt. Go ahead. Try it.
Okay. Here, Timothy. Hey, he's applauding.
Sure, he's a nice little fella. Now, climb down and help me.
Give me another fish.
Oh, won't come down without it, huh? Okay, Walt. Speak.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I want to feed it to Timothy. He likes me. See?
Oh, lovely. Why don't you two get engaged?
Oh.
Well, after everybody got used to him, Timothy made the rounds of the whole department, with the commissioner being the only exception, of course. I told Walt the story about Casper Wellington and the 2 gonnips who had come into my office looking for him. So Walt put Otis to work checking on the whereabouts of my missing client. Along about 3 in the afternoon, Otis pounced in with some news.
Hey, Diamond.
You find something?
Oh, hi, Timothy. Yeah. Say, I checked with the Humane Society, and they report some guy who lives down by the docks. His name's Wellington, all right. He's been turned in a couple of times because he raises seals, and they make a lot of noise. Oh, and Lieutenant, we just got a report on another homicide.
Well, thanks, Sporty.
You tell the lieutenant all about it, Otis. I'm going after Casper Wellington. What's the address?
Here it is. 918 River Street.
Come on, Tim.
Goodbye, Timothy.
Otis.
Oh, yeah. What was I saying?
Homicide, remember? Just a little old homicide.
I left Walt and Otis climbing over the furniture and headed for the address of Casper Wellington. Timothy and I grabbed the first cabbie who didn't believe what he was seeing, and 20 minutes later we pulled up in front of a building on River Street. Thanks, cabbie.
Yeah, sure.
Thank the man, Timothy.
Mister,
Yeah?
I didn't ask you nothing when you got in the cab because I just didn't believe it. Is that the seal you got with you?
You were expecting maybe a raccoon?
Do you always take him around with you like that?
Sure, we're brothers. Stop by the house sometime for dinner when Mom isn't taking a swim. He's not a very good driver, is he, Timothy? You know it. Come on, you're going home.
Hold it right here, friend. You heard him. This is a gun in your back.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. You lied to me, friend.
I'll go stand in the corner.
Nah, don't move.
Okay.
George, grab the seal.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You can't do that.
Wanna bet? Come here, you.
Take your hands off that seal.
Shut your mouth, friend. Next time you don't get it across the neck, I'll give you the rat on the skull.
Okay, friend.
I got him. All right, get him in a car. And you, stay put. One bad move, you're going to get shot up very bad. Come on, George. You got that thing in the car?
Yeah, he's saying let's get out of here.
All right, friend.
Yeah,
You see this I got pointed at you?
I see.
Good. Forget about today. You won't see it again. Open that big yap of yours and it goes boom.
Now turn around, because when we leave, I don't want you looking back for no license number.
Well, I stood there while they drove off with poor little Timothy. Then I made a quick dash across the street into a store with a phone booth. Seconds later, I was hearing one of the most beautiful sounds in the world.
Diamond, this is Walt. Where the devil are you?
Where I started out to be, down on River Street, looking for my client.
Well, you stay right there and wait for me, but you might as well stop looking.
Well, why stop looking? His house is just down at the end of the block.
Well, take my word for it, he isn't there.
Well, if you're so smart, where is he?
The city morgue. We fished him out of the river 10 minutes ago.
What?
He was suffering from a hole in his chest. Dead before he was tossed in.
Oh, Walt. You remember those two guys who came into my office earlier?
Yeah?
Well, they just put the snatch on Timothy and belted me across the neck for my trouble.
They swiped the seal?
Yeah, so get on here. I'll meet you at Casper Wellington's house.
Anybody in the house, Rick?
Well, no answer.
Well, let's case the place. I've got a skeleton key.
Walt. It's open, see? Now, if you'll notice as I walk in, at no time do my feet leave my legs.
Very funny.
Yeah, smells like somebody's been cooking up a fish stew.
Crummy joint.
Ooh, get a load of that kitchen.
What a mess.
Oh, weren't cooking fish, Walt, just cleaning it.
There's still a mess of them left in the sink.
Well, Casper raised seals.
Where are the rest of them?
Walt,
Yeah?
come here.
What is it?
Get a look at this backyard.
Holy cow. Bunch of dead seals.
Who in the world would do anything like that?
Maybe your two friends.
Hey, what's this?
What's what?
This bag on the floor, leather bag.
What's in it?
Nothing. Wait a minute. Some kind of dust at the bottom.
Well, save it. We'll have it analyzed when we get down to the station. We've got to check up on those two guys who kidnapped Timothy.
This is the craziest case.
I got a hunch. Sure, it's crazy, but if I'm right, it's also pretty smart. Let's go to the station.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Yeah, Otis?
We just got something else on that Casper Wellington guy.
Oh? What did he steal?
Hey, how'd you know?
Just a guess.
Well, what is it, Hammerhead?
Well, it seems this Wellington guy used to work for David & Sons.
David & Sons?
Diamond importers.
Oh, that ties it.
Would somebody mind telling me what the devil this is all about? And, Rick, you stay out of it. Now, Otis, what about Wellington?
Wellington? Oh, he ran off with a load of diamonds.
Yeah, $50,000 worth. Hey, but you do...
Rick, will you please, for the sake of my sour stomach, tell me exactly what it is you know?
I'd be glad to, Lieutenant. It's very simple. Wellington comes to me and asks me to guard Timothy. Two guys kidnapped Timothy.
That we heard.
Then we find a bunch of dead seals in Wellington's backyard and the remains of a pile of clean fish.
So?
So, the two guys who kidnapped Timothy were obviously after something, and the seal was part of it.
Hey, maybe Timothy wasn't a seal after all.
Now, what would he be, Otis?
Well, if those guys wanted him that bad, maybe he was a mink.
Oh, that bag you picked up, Walt. Have that powder in the bottom analyzed. I'll lay 6-2 and even that it's diamond dust.
Well, you think...
Yeah. I think Timothy's got a stomach full of diamonds.
What?
I think Casper was mixed up with the two guys who grabbed the seal, but in some way crossed them.
Why?
He had to hide the loot, so he stuck it in some fish and fed it to Timothy. Then he left Timothy with me for protection until he could get him shipped out on a train.
And in the meantime, the two guys who found Casper killed him and went back to his house to find the loot. Mm-hmm. They figured out the fish like you did and killed the seals in the backyard trying to find the stuff.
You, my friend, win a herring.
Otis, have the powder in the bottom of this bag analyzed. Put out a 108 on Timothy.
Yes, sir.
Diamond, here'll give you the description of the guys who grabbed him.
We'll never find him that way.
You got a better idea?
Maybe, yeah. Look, you said those two guys killed Casper and then went right over to the house to look for the missing diamonds.
Yes.
All right, they knew where to look, but they didn't find anything. So they waited for me and Timothy.
So?
So Casper Wellington probably told them all about it before they killed him, trying to save his own life.
All right, I'll buy that. So what?
So by now they must know how hot those diamonds are. They're certainly not going to try to get rid of them here in town.
And then they leave town.
Yeah. And with that much loot, it would be a little risky if they tried by car.
All right. How do they do it?
The same way Casper thought of. Ship Timothy out on a train.
Wait a minute, Rick. Otis.
Yeah?
Put in a call to all units. Tell them to cover the airports, train, and bus stations. Be on the lookout for a seal that's about to be shipped.
Come on, Walt.
Where to?
Well, as long as Casper Wellington already made the arrangements by train, let's go down to Grand Central. Maybe our two seal nappers will keep the reservation. Well, Walt and I piled in the squad car again, and 20 minutes later, we were standing in the middle of Grand Central Station with a bag of fish and a weather eye out for the missing seal and his 2 abductors.
Now, where do we start?
Well, Walt, why don't you just go ask information? Just say, I'm looking for 2 men and a seal. The seal is hiding $50,000 worth of diamonds.
Now, you stop that. This was plenty silly before a jewel robbery and a homicide get into the picture, but now it's gotten ridiculous.
Well, if I was a seal, where would I go?
They have to crate him to the shipping department.
And so, with their trusty bag of fish, the 2 brave detectives walked nonchalant.
Shut up and let's go.
Oh, no. Come on, let's go get something.
But smile, Walt. This kind of case doesn't happen but once every 10,000 years. Think of your report to the commissioner.
If you don't stop kidding with me, so help me
Hey,
out.
Walt,
Well, now what?
look, those 2 guys.
Where?
Going down the ramp.
Oh, they got a big box.
That's it. Let's take them.
You said they got guns.
We're pointing things that shot bullets. Could be guns.
Take it easy. They're going up to that counter.
Yeah. Hold it. Hold it here. No sense in starting a shooting match. Too many people.
Well, what'll we do? Maybe the seal's not in the box. And if I pick them up without the loot, we may never find it.
I got an idea.
Go ahead, genius.
Timothy likes fish, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes
Well,
fish.
take this bag. They know me, so you walk down there and move in close to the box. Timothy's bound to get a whiff, and if I know Timothy, he'll raise a few flippers.
You want me to...
You want to get those diamonds, don't you?
Oh, give me the bag.
Don't snap. People will just think you ran out of cologne. Now get going.
Yeah. Pardon me, but I'd like to find out about sending something.
Oh, yeah? Well, what's the idea, Buster? We was here first.
Shut up, stupid. You boys must be really sending something big.
Too nosy.
I told you to shut up. Yeah, some furs.
Oh, live ones?
Hey, Tiny, what's with the seal?
Will you shut up?
What?
I hate to mention it, but your furs are throwing a fit.
He's busting loose.
Okay, boys, that's all I wanted to know.
Grab that stinking seal. Gone after the sack. This guy laid down. It's a sack full of fish.
Hey, what's the idea?
Hello, stay right there. Hey, Rick.
Cop, were you...
All right, Bud, drop it.
Huh?
I said drop it.
Okay. You ain't taking me.
Look out, Rick, this guy's got a gun.
Let go. Let go of my hand. Will you get the seal off? He's chewing my hand off.
And drop the gun.
All right. Get him off. Come on, get him off.
How do you like that? Timothy grabbed this gun up by the gun hand and made him drop it. I'll be done.
Crazy seal nearly killed me. You and your bright idea. Ship the seal, you say.
Okay, boys, here's a bracelet for you. Let's go outside.
Walt, wait a minute. We got to get the jewels.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll take care of these 2 guys, then I'll take Timothy to a good veterinary.
Okay. Walt,
Yeah?
if it means surgery, keep in touch.
Sure.
Bye, Timothy.
Rick, now don't be unhappy.
Oh, how can I help it, honey? He's been in surgery for nearly an hour.
Oh, but he'll be all right. They got a good vet.
Oh, I hope so. I was getting attached to that seal. Oh, I got it. Yeah?
Rick,
Yeah, Walt. Yeah. How's Timothy?
he had the diamonds in him, all right.
Oh, but how is he?
Well,
Go ahead, Walt. You can tell me. I can stand it.
he's very weak. Doctor says he thinks he doesn't want to live. No will.
Oh, what's the matter? He was such a happy seal.
I think he misses you, Rick. Every time someone mentions your name, he kind of honks and raises a weak flipper.
I better come right down.
He's sinking fast.
Oh, you think maybe if he heard my voice, can you get a phone near him?
Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, I got it next to his ear. Say something.
Hello, Timothy. Oh, Walt.
Yeah?
Walt, ask him if he's seen a picture called Mrs. Mike.
He says he saw it. Didn't like the leading man.
Oh.
Loved Evelyn Keyes.
Oh. Ask him if he liked the music.
Yeah, he liked that.
Well, put the receiver next to his ear and I'll sing him the theme song.
Well, go ahead and try. Anything in case of an emergency.
If her name is Kathy, she's mine alone. When I walk with Kathy, proud am I. She's the girl I'll marry, and cross the threshold I'll carry.
and I'll love but Kathy till I die. She's the only angel I've ever known. She's a maid no man is worthy of. Although girls are many, compared to her, there isn't any. Only Kathy do I love.
Well, Walt?
I did it.
He's better?
Listen.
Good old Timothy, that a boy.
I guess the singing did it.
What do you mean you guess? When I sang with the Peter Pan Five, we played 2 weeks at the Coral Gables Hotel in Florida.
So what?
So what? I'll have you know 5 minutes after I opened my mouth, every seal in the Biscayne Keys came in and sat ringside.
That sounds like a pretty good act. Well, what'd you give it up for?
Well, I got a sore throat one night, and the place was up to its ears in alligators.
Rick.
Yes, Walt?
Bye.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Ed Begley played Lieutenant Walt Levinson. Also in the cast were Wilms Herbert, Fay Baker, Junius Matthews, Billy Bletcher, Tony Barrett, and Larry Dodkin. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Russell Hughes. Dick Powell currently may be seen in the motion picture version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Isn't that right, Dick?
Yeah, that's right, Eddie. Oh, by the way, Ed Begley, who plays Lieutenant Levinson on our show, would like to say a few words to his old friends in Hartford, Connecticut.
Well, I just want to say on behalf of all of us here on Richard Diamond, congratulations to radio station WTIC in Hartford, Connecticut, where I got my start in radio, and which this week celebrates its 25th anniversary of service to the people of southern New England.
Thank you, Ed Begley. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us next Sunday at this same time when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Governing a country is a pretty hard-headed business, and we don't usually think of our government as a dealer in dreams. But in one respect it is, because it's a dealer in savings bonds. Your particular dream for the future can come true through the judicious purchase of United States savings bonds today. As for buying United States savings bonds, the process is simplicity itself. If you're employed by others, use the payroll savings plan where you work. Your employer will set aside a specific sum from each paycheck for the purchase of bonds. If you're self-employed, use the bond-a-month plan where you bank. Either way, you'll be saving with regularity, with certainty, and with profit through the purchase of United States savings bonds. What's on NBC today? You'll hear Charles Boyer and Dorothy McGuire today on Theater Guild on the Air in Autumn Crocus. And there's the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show to add to your Sunday listening pleasure. Be sure to hear Charles Boyer and Dorothy McGuire on Theater Guild on the Air and the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show today on NBC. Portions of the following program are transcribed. The National Broadcasting Company presents Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Hello, Walt.
Hi, Rick. They show?
Not yet. Fisher's covering the service entrance.
We'll go in. Honk the horn if you spot anything.
Right. We'll get out here, Otis. Get the car out of sight.
Like old times, Rick.
Yeah, but I don't miss them. Somebody always gets shot up.
Here's another exciting half hour with Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Hey, you, hold it. There you are, sir. Candid snapshot of yourself strolling down the Great White Way.
Look, thanks, Bud. but
Just sending this card with your name and address.
Look, friend, thank you.
Hey,
but
Mr. Diamond, please. You don't know me, but I know you. You used to be a cop. I done time. That's how I know, see?
Okay.
Heard you was a private cop now. Came to your office to see you, but I was too early.
Now, look, what is this?
Please, you gotta take this card. I think I'm being tailed.
Little men with the nasty old sledgehammers?
I'll call you later. Take the card.
I told you
Take the card. Here, take it. Phone you later.
Diamond Detective Agency. Mary had a little lamb. She hit it with a stick. She could have gotten 20 years. Instead, she came to Rick.
Are you really that good?
Well, I got the inside on who knocked off Cock Robin.
Well, good for you.
Hi, Helen.
Hi. Did you just get in?
Yeah.
Kind of late, isn't it?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Work late on a case?
A half a case.
Alone?
The funniest thing happened to me on the way to the office.
Alone?
No, I was leading patrol number 3 of the Brownies.
I mean last night. Were you alone?
Don't you want to hear what happened to me on the way to the office?
I want to hear what happened to you last night.
Oh, now relax, honey. I was with Walt.
Honest?
Honest. We played poker. If you don't believe me, stop in at the 5th precinct. Walt's hired a voodoo witch doctor to shrink his head back to normal.
Well, all right. Now what happened to you on the way to the office?
Oh. Well, the darndest thing. Some little guy comes out of the crowd and snaps my picture.
Snaps your picture?
Yeah, you know, one of those sidewalk photographers. Then he creeps up to me and gives me a card like he was passing a pound of radium and tells me to hang on to it until he calls. Said he was being tailed.
Well, who was he?
Who knows? He knew me all right.
Well, what's on the card?
Nothing much. Got it right here. Just a place for your name and address.
Well, you're supposed to send it in and get your picture back.
That's right. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Well, there's something stuck in the middle of the card. Didn't see it before.
Well, Rick, hurry up. Find out what it is.
Oh. Hey.
Well, stop with the mystery. What is it?
Oh, it's a negative. Small negative.
Oh, we couldn't have developed your picture that quickly.
No, it's too small to make out what it is.
Hold it up to the light.
Honey, I am. Just looks like a bunch of people on the street.
Oh, why don't you have a print made of it?
I got a better idea. Why don't you hang up the little old phone and give my friend, the frightened photographer, a chance to call? I'll call you later.
Brute.
That's later, dear. Bye. Well, that's the way it started. I hung up the phone, turned around in my chair, and held the negative up to the light again. Couldn't see a thing that made it unusual. The more I tried to figure it out, the less sense it made. My better judgment started chuckling, but somewhere down in the middle of my stomach, a little alarm started ringing. I had that lousy feeling again, and no matter how hard I tried to talk myself out of it, I knew something was wrong. That little alarm kept sounding off, and believe me, I felt pretty foolish when I realized it was a phone. Yeah?
Mr. Diamond?
Oh. Been taking any more pictures?
How'd you know it was me?
Scientific police methods. Hunch, and I recognize your voice.
Find the negative in the card?
Yeah. What does it mean?
Don't want to talk over the phone. Come to 222 Bleecker Street, apartment H.
You want me to bring the negative?
No. Hide it. If they stop you, don't want to have it on you.
If who stops me?
They'll kill you, sure, if they find it on you.
Well, one thing was certain. The little photographer sure knew how to get me interested. I started out of the office when I remembered he'd said to hide the negative. So, loving a good melodrama, and being the type who sits home Sundays to listen to Sam Spade, I found a piece of adhesive tape, put the negative back in the card, pulled out a desk drawer, and stuck the negative on the bottom of the drawer. Then I closed the drawer and headed for Bleecker Street, apartment H. I waited a few seconds and then gave it another try.
Yeah?
I'm looking for the guy who lives here.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yeah, short little guy, takes pictures.
He does, huh?
Well, your name's Einstein, isn't it?
Nah.
Look, I just want to see the little guy who lives here.
Louie! Hey, I found some conditions in the icebox.
All right, that's swell. Somebody out here wants to see George.
Some liverweights, too. Huh?
Somebody wants to see George.
Oh. Well, maybe it's the guy he called. Hiya. You want to see George, huh?
I want to see the guy who called me. If his name's George, swell.
Shall I let him in?
Yeah.
Come in.
Thanks, Toto.
His name's Tony.
You called me Einstein before.
Funny. George is in the other room, right over there.
Thanks.
I seen you before.
Goody.
Used to be a cop.
Yeah?
Private eye now.
Hey, what the...
That's George.
See the one you want?
Name's Diamond, ain't it?
Look, Dreamy. Is he sleeping one off?
No, he's dead.
Who killed him?
I did.
I helped.
Okay, you helped. I wouldn't, Chalmers.
Yeah, I got a rod in my pocket. Had it on you all the time. Pretty good, huh?
He sees a lot of movies. I'll just take your gun, Chalmers.
Be careful with the holster. I knitted it myself.
Funny. You hungry, Chalmers?
Not a bit.
You, Tony?
Oh, I'm starved.
Put him to sleep while we have lunch, huh?
Certainly.
Hey, now...
Louie.
Huh?
Let's heat them knishes. I like them that way.
Yeah. I hope the potato.
While the Rover boys loaded up on liverwurst and knishes, I slept it off. The one with the pug nose and a steel wool complexion, called Tony, had tapped me right behind the ear with his gun, and it took me a pint of blood and 15 minutes to find my way back. When I finally rolled myself into a sitting position, I lifted my sore skull and looked up at my two lovely playmates.
Hey, Tony.
Uh-huh.
You got liver waste on your chin.
Oh, thank you, Louie.
Oh, how you feel, Chalmers?
Like a lark.
He is funny, you know. We want the negative, Chalmers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
While you was napping, we tore the joint apart. It ain't here.
It ain't?
Nah. So we figure, seeing as how George called you, maybe you know something about it.
How'd you know George called me?
Oh, we heard him just as he was hanging up. He went for a gun, so we knocked him off. Where's the negative?
I don't know.
Maybe he's got it on him, Louie.
Find out, huh?
Hold still, Chalmers. Here's his wallet, Catch. No, nothing else.
Nothing much in the wallet. Hey, here's a bunch of cards. Diamond Detective Agency. Hey, get a load of the fancy printing.
Yeah, fancy.
And maybe he's got it in his office. How about it, Chalmers?
Look, you two broken-down comics. Anything in my office the termites have got dibs on. And I still don't know about a negative.
Louie, shall we go over there?
Yeah, we gotta find it.
What about the Chalmers?
How long did you put him to sleep before?
15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. 15 minutes, about 20 minutes to get to his office. Half an hour to case it, joint. 2. This time make it an hour, huh?
Hey.
Sure that's good for an hour?
Oh, sure. But if you're worried, I'll give him another 10 minutes just to be safe.
You know, it's little things like that that can get awfully monotonous. And if you're not conditioned, sometimes you end up with a few loose bolts. Tony was a man of his word, all right. An hour and 10 minutes later, I was stumbling around the room trying to comb the cobwebs out of my eyes. This also can be somewhat of a problem, especially when your eyes have come loose and rolled back in your head someplace. Well, I leaned over, shook my head a couple of times, got the eyes rolling around until I felt them drop into place, then I found my way to the phone.
Precinct, Sergeant Otis.
Well, don't worry about it. They'll find a cure someday.
Oh, no. What do you want, Diamond?
Your other head. I'm going bowling.
Someday, Shamus,
Someday, Sergeant, you're going to find your true niche. And Ringling Brothers will have to find you a mate. Now, put the lieutenant on the phone. How's your head?
Don't you shout at me.
Well, it's your own fault. Who in the world drinks old-fashioned stingers?
I do, and I'm sorry. How do you feel?
Numb.
Take some orange juice, Tabasco, and 3 raw eggs.
Walt, please.
It's great. Makes you sick as a dog.
Look, Walt, if my head is the wrong size, it's because it was beaten that way.
Oh, no. Have you gotten kicked around again?
I got so many Walts, I look like an advertisement for Puff Rice.
What happened this time?
Get over to 222 Bleecker Street, apartment H.
Why?
Because I got a little old corpse for you.
Oh, not today. Not today, please.
Take some orange juice, Tabasco, and 3 raw eggs. Oh, weak mind, weak stomach. What's the police force coming to? Hello, Bright Eyes.
Oh, can't you lower your voice a little? Well, go on in, Otis.
Oh, sure.
Pelican Feet needs an engraved invitation. Well, shut the door.
Yeah. Oh, no, you... Oh, what did I do?
Relax, Walt, relax. You don't look so bad. I think I like you with the purple face.
You said there was a corpse here. Where is it? And save the gags.
The dead man is in here, laughing boy.
You don't have to be nasty. Coroner should be here any minute.
Well, there's the victim.
Who is he? Otis, take a look.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Yeah, Lieutenant. Yeah, Lieutenant.
His name's George Phipps. I went through some of his things while I was waiting for you. Here's his wallet.
George Phipps? Let me get a better look.
Know him?
Get out of the way, Otis.
But you said...
Yeah, I know him. Ex-con. Got sent up just about the time you went on the force.
He remembered me.
What do? Drop circulars on Sing Sing? Otis. It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Huh?
No, Lieutenant.
Otis.
Oh, what, Lieutenant?
Shut up.
The rest of the boys from homicide finally arrived, along with the coroner, and I briefed Walt on everything that had happened up to that point. George Phipps had been shot in the back, and the boys found the slug on the other side of the room in the wall, so Walt asked for a complete report as soon as possible. Then we climbed into the squad car and went back to Walt's office.
Now, what about that negative? You think it's still in your office?
I don't know. I'll go over later and check.
You think you can identify the 2 gun-ups who worked you over?
Drag out the files.
Well, if these 2 guys knew George Phipps, maybe they did time with him.
Could be.
One's name was Tony, huh? Well, Tony Payton did time at Sing Sing, and he sounds like your description. This look like your boy?
Let's see. Well, you little Dickens, you. You win the butterscotch cake.
I'm right.
You certainly are. This guy is a sure cure for insomnia.
Okay, let's see if we can find out about the other one.
Here's the report, Lieutenant. George Phipps was shot with a .38.
Hey, Tony Payton put me to sleep with the end of a .38.
He did, huh?
Would you mind finishing the report, Sergeant?
Not at all. Been dead about 2 hours. Phipps started working for the Speedy Photo Laboratory 4 days ago. Has about 4 photographers working for them. You know the kind. Take your picture on the street and give you a card?
Yes, I know the kind.
What's the address of this photo lab, Otis?
Down on 36th Street.
Walt, I'm going to my office, see if the negative's still there.
Well, you've got to identify the other mug that worked you over.
Oh, I don't know his name or anything else. Take an hour.
Well, I'm going along. I want to see this negative.
Then let's go.
You want me to drive?
I can make it, Sergeant.
Oh.
Shame on you, Walt.
You know he just wants to turn on the siren.
Well, the place is sure a mess.
You really did a job in your office. Negative there?
No, didn't think it would be.
Swell. Now what have we got?
Well, I don't know about you, but I've got an idea. You go on back to the station. I'll check with you.
Where do you think you're going?
To the Speedy Photo Lab. It's not quite 6. Maybe I can get there before the close.
And what do you think you're going to find there? The negative's gone.
Sure it is, but it was developed there.
You think maybe there's a print?
No, that picture was probably taken of somebody on the street. They don't print up those things unless somebody sends them the card. Somebody must have, so there's got to be a print. Phipps only worked for them for 4 days, so the picture had to be taken in that time. Yeah.
Let me talk to Lieutenant Diamond.
Sure, but who's there to show you how? It's for you, Walt.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody ever says hello.
What?
Oh, nothing. Yeah, I got something. We just got a report on a stiff in the river. Thought you'd want to go check.
Oh, sure. In the river, huh?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Well, good. I'll just go rent a little old rowboat and sail merrily up and down until I find the crowd. What's the address, you hornhead?
Oh, 682 River Street.
Thank you, Sergeant.
What's the matter, Walt?
I gotta go check on a homicide. Come on. It's on the way to the photo lab. I'll drop you off.
We climbed in the squad car and cut across town. In front of a small white building on 36th Street, Walt let me out and headed for the river. I went into the speedy photo lab and flashed the badge just long enough for the guy in charge to think I was a legit officer. Then I went through the list of people who had been mailed pictures in the last 4 days. The speedy photo lab must have been heading for a quick collapse because there were only 7 names. I wrote down the addresses and started to check. The first 4 were strikeouts, but the 5th was good for all the bases.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Mr. Andrew Troop?
Yes?
Did you receive a picture from the speedy photo lab?
Why, yes. What's this all about?
May I see it?
Well, I don't know.
Here's the badge.
A policeman?
No, don't get excited. Everything's all right.
Well, I can't help but get excited. A real live policeman. How wonderful.
Oh, dandy.
You see, I'm an amateur criminologist.
I'll send you a magnifying glass. Now, may I see the picture?
I'll get it right away. A real policeman. I may break out in a rash.
He got the picture all right, along with his correspondence course from the Find a Clue Detective School. And while he explained his advanced theories on police procedure, I took a good look at the snapshot. He was, of course, the reason for the picture. He was walking along toward the camera, puffed up like a park pigeon with his eye on some popcorn. But there in the background were my 2 sweet skull crushers, Tony Payton and his friend. But nothing seemed wrong. They were simply walking out of a building, one on either side of a short, stocky man with a large briefcase.
Is that picture a clue of some sort?
Well, I don't know. Do you mind if I take it with me? I'll see that you get it back.
Not at all, not at all. I thought you policemen worked in pairs.
Well, we usually do, but my partner got sore and gave me back my class ring, so we're not speaking. Goodbye, and thank you. I got it, Walt.
I don't care what it is, I'll trade you. Otis for whatever you got.
Here's the picture.
Oh, this is swell.
Well, now what's the matter?
2 homicides in one afternoon, that's what's the matter.
Hey, who was the guy in the river?
Worked for a brokerage firm. Disappeared 4 days ago with $200,000 in negotiable securities. Let's see that picture.
All right. Now, here's the guy who the picture was taken of. Type who works in the pillow factory.
Well, there's Tony Payton in the background.
Mm-hmm. The gorilla next to him is his partner.
I know him. That's Louis Russo. 3 times
What do you see?
Holy, no wonder.
No wonder what?
That guy between Tony and Louis.
The one in the middle, the one with the briefcase?
Yeah, that's the one we just fished out of the river.
Oh, then they accidentally got the pictures taken just before they killed the man with the securities.
Sure, Payton evidently saw Phipps take the picture, remembered him from Sing Sing, couldn't go after him until they took care of the guy with the securities.
Sounds good. Phipps developed the picture and saw what he had, got scared, and came to me for help.
That must have been...
Lieutenant.
Oh, what do you want?
We located Tony Payton.
Where?
Over in a broken-down hotel on 25th Street.
Come on.
Fisher and Roberts showed the clerk Payton's picture. And the clerk said he was registered there under another name with another guy.
Fisher and Roberts staked out?
Yeah, across the street.
Get the car and step on it.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, the siren. There's Roberts parked up ahead. Pull up by him, Otis.
Right.
Roberts.
Hello, Walt. Hi, Rick.
They show?
Not yet. Fisher is covering the service entrance.
We'll go in. Honk the horn once if you spot anything.
Right.
We'll get out here, Otis. Get the car out of sight.
Yeah.
Like old times, Rick.
Yeah, but I don't miss them. Somebody always gets shot at.
Get going, Otis.
Okay.
Ready, Walt?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You the desk clerk?
Well, that's right. There's not going to be any shooting, is there?
Not if we can help it. How late are you usually on?
Till midnight.
Is there a room around here, a closet or something we can wait in?
Oh, nothing close to the lobby. Look, if there's going to be any shooting...
What about the elevator?
Well, what about it?
Can we turn the light off and wait in there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good idea. That part of the lobby's dark. Wouldn't see us until they were on top of us.
Oh, they just live on the second floor. What if they use the stairs?
You won't get that far. Come on, Walt.
What do you want me to do?
What you do every night.
Sometimes I play the radio. Okay, if I play the radio.
All right, but keep it low.
I sure hope there isn't going to be any shooting.
Where's the light switch?
That's not it.
Oh, where the...
Okay.
Is there a stool over there? Hey, that's too loud.
Hey, lady. Hey,
Yeah?
turn it down.
What are you doing? Getting that stool.
That's it.
Tool 11.
Oh,
Peyton.
Oh, you're sure jumpy.
yeah. 2:11.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
No.
This dump would make me jumpy, too.
He's heading for the stairs.
When he gets past us.
No.
Hold it, Tony.
All right.
Don't move an inch.
Oh, the shamus.
38.
All right, look, what is this?
That's a bright remark. Where's your partner?
You think I better make a guess?
I'll make it a good one.
Rick, not in front of taxpayers.
I'm not a cop, and this guy gave me my lumps earlier. Now, where's your partner, Tony?
Someone coming in.
That's Louis.
Coppers, Louis Bennett!
Watch Tony Walt. I'll go after Louis.
Get the wall.
He's coming your way, Roberts.
He's heading back your way, Rick.
Stop, Louis. Stop. Okay.
Get me to a hospital, will you?
All right.
Sorry about the horn, but he slipped past.
Get him an ambulance. I'm going back in with Walt.
Sure. Nice shooting.
Okay, Rick?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Tony.
Gee, I didn't think there was going to be any shooting.
Well, you never know, do you?
Rick, I'm getting a little tired of you getting your face all bruised up.
You're getting a little tired.
Well, you know what I mean. I worry.
You worry and I ache. I'll trade you.
If I could, I would.
You little doll. I know you, but honey. I know. As long as we're going to give away your worry and my sore face, let's give them to someone who deserves them. Otis.
Oh, he's got enough trouble of his own.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those feet? There's not a shoe store in town that carries a size.
Rick.
It's true. He can only get one pair a year.
Why only one pair?
Takes 4 months just to lay the keel.
Oh, there it is.
Might as well answer it.
Louis' pool hall.
What?
Louis' pool hall, snooker, billiards, and straight pool.
Now, you stop that, Helen. Helen?
Look, I don't know what you want, Mac, but the name's Gertrude.
Now, don't give me that. When you picked up the phone, I heard a piano.
Well, of course I hate a piano. What do you think this is, a crummy joint or something? We got high-class entertainment. Anybody that runs 8 straight billiards gets a free beer and a song.
Oh, yeah? Well, Gertrude, would you mind telling me who does the singing?
You mean you ain't heard? We got the world's greatest lyric baritone, Clyde Cat. He's crazy.
Oh, now, for Pete.
No, Clyde. Wait a sec. I'll get him to warble a number. Hey, Clyde.
Yeah, Gordy?
Flex your tonsils.
Sure.
The bird with feathers of blue is waiting for you back in your own backyard. You'll see your castle in Spain through your window pane back in your own backyard. Oh, you can go to the east, go to the west, but someday you'll come. Weary at heart, back where you started from. You'll find your happiness lies right under your eyes, back in your own backyard.
There, you see what I mean?
Now, look, I want to speak to Rick.
Don't know him. Maybe he works in the bowling alley. Oh, you'll have to excuse me, Mac. My brother what runs the joint is real skinny, and some jerk just chalked up his head and is using him for a cue.
Now, you wait a
Oh, I
minute.
can't, Mac. I can't. He's liable to get a concussion. See you later.
Why didn't you want me to talk to him?
Well, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Because I wanted you to hear exactly what you're beginning to talk like.
I talk like that?
Close?
Oh, now, come on.
I mean it, Rick. You associate with so many of the guys that talk out of the corner of their mouth that you're beginning to pick it up.
Oh, well, honey, if you're going to get square on me.
Now, do you see what I mean? Honey, if you're going to get square on me.
Well, all right. You want a little proper diction, huh?
Well, it certainly wouldn't hurt.
Darling.
Yeah.
Come closer.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, not that close, darling. You're fogging my glasses.
Sorry.
Nothing.
Better.
Much.
Shall we?
Love it.
Ronnie.
Oh, Cynthia. Hey, it works. I got to remember this.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Ed Begley played Lieutenant Walt Levinson. Also in the cast were Wilms Herbert, Francis Robinson, Byron Kane, Gene Bates, Tony Barrett, and Jack Crucian. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Today's show was written by Blake Edwards and directed by Russell Hughes. Portions were transcribed. Dick Powell currently may be seen in the motion picture version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. This is Eddie King inviting you to be with us when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Here's an important time change reminder for Richard Diamond fans. This is the last Richard Diamond broadcast in this time period. Beginning April 5th, you will hear Dick Powell as Richard Diamond at a new time on Wednesdays. Check your local newspapers for the exact time, and be sure to tune for Richard Diamond on Wednesdays beginning April 5th. Next Sunday at this time, over most of these same stations, NBC will present Voices and Events, the exciting chronicle of today's happenings throughout the world. Tune here next Sunday for Voices and Events, and be sure to hear the next thrill-packed adventure in the life of Richard Diamond 1 week from Wednesday over most of these same NBC stations. Next, hear James Melton and Harvest of Stars on NBC.